6:30 point of view. With me tonight for an extra interview is Ellie Hayes. She's the campaign coordinator from North Dakota Stop Animal Cruelty. It was basically yes on Measure 5. Ellie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Chris.
I want to bring up a graphic real quick and walk through this and have you sort of share with us your thoughts on this graphic. Guys, if we can bring up the graphic, please. In early October, we did a Mason-Dixon poll, and yes was at 66%. Then late October, we did another Mason-Dixon poll. It was at 44% of North Dakotans said yes. And then the election night, it came out, only 35% of North Dakotans said yes to it. Obviously, it didn't win. What happened? Why did it erode so quickly in the matter of 1 month?
Oh, there's a lot of misinformation about our measure out there. But we don't see this as a loss. We see this as a win for the animals because people are talking about this issue now where they hadn't been before. We've really brought a lot of awareness to the fact that North Dakota's animal cruelty laws are incredibly weak. And we've gotten a lot of people talking about this, like even our opposition agreeing that, now we agree with our opposition that we need these laws. And they had some great ideas on how to get that done. So we're looking forward to the future.
I've heard a lot of people saying, hey, now that obviously you guys have started this conversation, something has to get done in this legislative session.
Absolutely. They made a lot of promises to the people of North Dakota. They said, if you don't vote for Measure 5, we're going to get something through the legislature. And we plan to hold them to that. We are determined to see North Dakota become the 49th state to have felony penalties for the most malicious types of abuse. And if they're not able to get it done, if they're more empty promises, we will be back in 2014.
Now, you mentioned you had a lot of people talking about this during, obviously, this campaign and obviously post-campaign, but I don't think you ever anticipated this. Guys, if we can bring up this clip here. This is The View, the morning show that everybody, watches in the morning. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Joy Behar respond to Measure 5 in North Dakota this way. Guys, bring it up, please.
This is good. Oh, it failed. I don't even want to say it.
Okay. Oh, did it?
Oh, the animal cruelty. Cruelty to animals failed in North Dakota. It would make it a Class C felony for cruelty to dogs, cats, and horses, and it failed. Why would people in North Dakota not vote for cruelty?
Well, that's kind of wild, but, I'm sure Peter will be investigating.
I hope so.
Well, us here, Hicks in North Dakota, couldn't quite figure this thing out. I mean, that's kind of how that sound clip makes me feel, being from North Dakota, that they're looking at us. They have no idea what they're really talking about and going, man, how can these people do this? But I do want to get your comments on that clip, please.
Well, clearly people around the nation are just shocked to find out North Dakota's got such weak animal cruelty laws. And this is a great opportunity for the legislature to pick this issue up in 2013 and make some of the changes to bring us in line with the other 49 states.
So with that being said, I want to share with you, there was a girl here from North Dakota that went on to the View Facebook page and put this up, and I want to get your comments on it. She said, I'm from North Dakota, voted no on Measure 5, which makes cruelty to animals a felony. Before you make any comments, obviously referring to Joy and the people there from The View, how could the people of North Dakota vote that way? You should research it a little. If so, you would have noticed it was poorly worded, only included dogs, cats, and horses, and only involved the cruelest acts, which are rarely ever seen in the state. It was also supported by outside groups such as HSUS, which is an organization that gives very little of its profits to actually helping animals. And I think that was the big conversation for the people for the no's. Ellie, was poorly worded, and as you know, even coming on this show, a lot of people are concerned about HSUS being involved.
Right. Again, there's a lot of misinformation about our measure. Anybody who read it, I don't think would think it was poorly worded. It was very concise. But be that as it may, now we have this opportunity to move forward from this. People, all of our volunteers, all of our supporters want animal cruelty measures to take place in the state. We want tougher laws, and so we're going to continue to work for that in the 2013 session.
There was another comment in here about the HSUS, and I want to have you comment about their involvement here. Actually, there's a couple of them. David said there's probably some confusion on exactly what the HSUS is. It is not about making animals live better. They're an activist group, which is with a nice-sounding name. These are the kind of people that would be more than happy to release gray wolves at your local playground so they could be free in their natural habitat. Ashley says, and here's a fun fact, how about the fact that $675 grand the HSUS spent just on campaigning for Measure 5? Clearly, people had concern about the HSUS, but every time I've asked you, but you kind of go, Chris, it's not that big of a deal. And
well, they're one of our supporters, and it shouldn't surprise anybody that they want to support a law that would make it a felony to torture dogs, cats, and horses. And I think that it's highly inaccurate to say that they don't really care about animals or they don't do anything for animals. And I've heard that argument over and over again, and that's just not true.
Anything else you want to share?
No, on that subject, no.
I mean, just overall about Measure 5 and the fact that it didn't.
We're just so proud of our volunteers. We're so proud of getting this conversation started in North Dakota. We're determined to see these laws take place. We're determined to get an animal cruelty law in the state with some real teeth, and we plan to hold our opposition feet to the fire. They made a lot of promises. We want to see them follow through.
Ellie, thanks for being here. I want to read one last Facebook comment before we do go to break. Austin says they receive an F for poor investigative journalism. It should make a public apology on their show. Austin, that sounds great, but I don't think Joy Behar and the people from The View are going to give us here in North Dakota a public apology. Stay with us. More coming up. Robert and I will wrap things up, and we got a special gift for our audience coming up right after this.